What's up, guys? So I'm back out on the camper today trying to get some demolition done, and as you can see, I'm getting a little bit done here. I really wanted to pull the inside first to see what kind of damage there was before I even attempted to pull the skin on the outside. But now that I'm in here and got all this paneling pulled off, it was kind of silly. It's like they had the new paneling over the old paneling, so that right there tells me that somebody just didn't care enough. Because you can see there's some of the old stuff up there above the doorway that I hadn't pulled off yet. But pretty much that white stuff was over that stuff, and then on here, I mean, maybe they left it so they'd have like a flat surface to start with, you know. But I find that it's easier just to take it all down and start, you know, completely over. So as you can see up here, this wood looks good. So there's little to no water damage other than maybe some sweating over time up here. That's just still some paneling left there. Then you get back here. This is the water damage I'm going to have to repair. And it's pretty well solid from like right there up and from right there over. So it's just this, and not this up here isn't rotted enough that I have to replace it. But I'm going to just, when I get it all apart, I'm going to see what it's like, you know, and go from there when I take the skin off anyway. But down here you can see even part of the bench is rotted away. Like this is just on the end here, that's completely rotted. This over here is rotted. This board was actually up here for one of these back pieces and it's rotted. The board next to it's okay, but this board's not okay. So that tells me that this window seal here leaked there. And then up here what I found is these are the lights on the outside, and I found that they had air. I could see light right here, so that told me that this has been leaking. So whoever sealed the camper did not think anything to seal the lights. So I went around and sealed all the lights, even the ones I'm about to take off. I went ahead and sealed them just in case we got some rain last night, which it looks like now it's going to be clear for the week. So that should be good. But anyway, I'm going to take that skin off today, and then I'm going to start with replacing all that wood down there all the way up this corner, and that should give me a pretty good amount there. And I'm probably going to have to patch that floor down there, which won't be a big deal because it's not like where you don't stand over there, so it shouldn't be too big a deal to just replace a section there, because I do not want to rip everything out of this trailer and do this floor, because this floor here is solid. I mean, it's completely solid, so I don't see any reason to rip the entire thing out, you know, because I can walk back here even, and all this is solid. It's only like a spot like right here in this corner that it's rotted, but you can even see this board here just falling away from rot, and it still rots up and, you know, right around in here somewhere. So that's where I'll replace it from there, and pretty much it'll be easy because I'll just staple it like how they put this trailer together. I'll just staple it all in like that. But anyway, it'll be easy because I'll just staple it all in just like how this trailer was built, and you know, I'll cut it somewhere up in here with the jigsaw or something and cut it out, and hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, that's what I'm working on today, because pretty much I'm starting it's kind of small. I know it doesn't look small, but I'm gonna start replacing from this doorway all the way down with redoing the wood, and you know, then I'll do the paneling after that. And right here on this side, I'll start ripping paneling off next, and once the doorway's out, I'll know what else needs to be replaced. So we're gonna get started ripping all this skin off. Alright guys, as you've seen, we've kind of got quite a bit started here. Now we're really into it, right? I mean, we can't we can't turn around now and sell it. We got to fix it. As you can see, I've kind of busted out all the rotten stuff. Like this board is all the way good. I mean, even if one of these ends was rotten, I would take it out, but they're all good, so that's a good thing. I am going to have to replace this inner board here probably all the way up, which won't be too big a deal because I'll have this paneling off anyway, and I'll just put a new board in there. And most likely same thing with this one. This one's not near as bad. You can see this one's just rotted all the way up. This one's pretty solid, so I could probably get away with that. So we'll see what we get into, and maybe we'll just replace that one too. But like I suspected, that corner's bad. I wasn't expecting as much from this corner, but it's pretty well almost as bad, so we're going to do that. And this entire bottom board here needs to be replaced, as you can see. But luckily we have that metal piece up there for a pattern, so we'll get us a nice long piece of oak or something and make a pattern. I don't know what they use. I would guess oak or pine maybe, I don't know. We'll just have to see what we can find. But yeah, we'll just cut that entire piece, and I should have all the tools to do that. The only thing I don't have is a table saw, so hopefully if we don't need that in this project, we'll be good. But I should be able to cut that piece mostly with the skill saw, and then I'll use the jigsaw for that inner part. And then when we get to the paneling, I can use my skill saw. I'll just have to use a finer tooth blade for paneling, and we should be good to go from there. But yeah, looking good so far. I think the entire bottom decking is good. I mean, I pulled out a lot of rusty screws, but they were actually stuck in the wood. It was just the gap in between, you know, that they got water to them, where, you know, where the whole board was rotted, so they just sat in that wood and rusted up. But yeah, so next we're going to clean up this mess. Of course, I got all these nails and stuff here, the ones I just pulled off over here. But we're going to take all this out over here now. That way I can get to that entire back wall, and possibly some of that in the front, but we got to clean up all this stuff and get it out of the way. But yeah, we've got a mess now, so we got no choice but to fix it. But I'm gonna have this tarped for tonight, and the whole time I've got this open, so it shouldn't be a big deal at all. And we'll just repair what we can. But yeah, I mean, this side's the only one rotten, and I think it got rotten because that back end, somebody coved it in on something. And we're gonna fix that and push it all back out the way it's supposed to be. And because all the metal's there, it was just bent in, and you know, you can't really fix that from the outside by pulling it or nothing. You've got to have it off or be on the inside and be tapping it out little by little. So yeah, so I'll bring you back when we get all this going, so stay tuned. What's up, guys? So I thought I'd take a break here and kind of show you where we're at. So you can see I've got all of this ripped out. Pretty much I'm going to have to replace from this board over. A couple boards here that went over. I think just one, right? This second board went over. And then this board down here is going to have to be replaced pretty much all the way across. Then we've got some lumber that would have went down here, and then a few pieces in between. And then of course the whole bottom board all the way across. We'll step outside. And pretty much this board all the way across, which is the one here I've got, all the way across. This door frame here will have to be replaced all the way up. This one I think is going to be good. It goes all the way down still. It's still solid, no rot to it. I'll fix that metal flashing piece. And then we'll replace the board all the way down to here, and then we'll kind of start building this up. And like I figured, I don't think we're going to have to take out anything else as far as the skin above, but if I do, this skin only goes to here, so I can take out just this short piece if I have to. But it'll only be because of that part back there if I do. And then of course the front I can do the same, but the front, everything below it I'm pretty sure is good, so, or everything behind it. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and I've kind of put a piece of wood in here to hold this roof up, and so it won't buckle on itself, because all the weight's off of it right now since none of this is attached. The bench, I'm not going to take the bench out. It's just a few screws, but I'm not going to take it out because it's still solid. It's just everything that it was attached to isn't solid except the floor. The floor is still good. So I think now I will start building this corner up inside there and putting this board on and cutting it, because I'm going to have to cut around the doorway. I'm going to have to cut around that fender, which I'll use that skin over there for the shape of it. And we'll start putting it in. But I'm pretty sure this is a, I believe this was 8 or 10 inches here, and that one over there is like a 10 or a 12 inch, as in width. So I may have to use one of the bigger pieces somewhere here. I think maybe the back, the thicker piece, and then the smaller pieces around the two sides. But I'm going to try to keep this piece as solid as possible all the way through, and it should be pretty good. I hadn't found anything as far as ants. I found an old mouse nest up here in the top. But as far as termites or anything, no termites, but I did find an ant nest up here. And it's not the kind that eats wood, because it's just these little bitty ants. I mean, I'm sure they eat the rot and some of the stuff in there, but I don't think they're like the culprits of anything, so they're not gonna be a bother. They're just they were just making a home in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all this the nails and stuff pulled out, and start from there. Because I think I'm going to have that stuff before I put this back on. You can see there's putty down here, and I've got it coming in the mail. I've got 2 30-foot rolls. Then I'm hoping it's going to do all of this. It'll go around that fender down there and seal to the board, and then pretty much it goes on from there. So anyway, stay tuned, and I'm going to get these nails pulled out, and we'll hopefully start piecing this back together to get it ready for the winter. Like I said, this is the main stuff I want to get done before the winter. And it looks like I'll probably have to replace a lot of that board too. I didn't think I would, but that shouldn't be too bad. I'll just replace that piece there from there to there, and staple it back in. I'm hoping I've got some kind of staples that are going to work. I don't have whatever gun they had doing this, so I've got quite a few different staple guns, and I think I've even got an electric one or something. So I'm going to see what I can get going on these staples, and hopefully I can find some. You know, they don't got to be these super wide ones. You just need ones that aren't going to back out from vibration. So I think they're going to need, these don't have it, but I think they're going to need those ones with the spikes, kind of like a fish hook, so when it goes in it can't come back out. So I'll look for something like that. And if not that, then I definitely need the ones that are sharp on the ends and not the blunt ones. Because it'll be a pain if they're the blunt ones, and it probably won't go in very deep, if at all. So anyway, stay tuned, and we'll get going on some more stuff here.